By Even Keel Fish Shack.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Wednesday, Popeyes fans, Publix fans, and Bojangles fans, and welcome to a National Fried Chicken Day edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox with Lubie on the streaming channel South Florida Live, coming to you everywhere around the world on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, we've got the Lunchbox at Night rebroadcast at 8 p.m. on our friends at WWNN Radio. It's 95.3 and 96.9 FM and also 1470 AM. New website for the radio listeners that you could listen 8 p.m. streaming on the web if you want. And that's Golden Oldies. Wait. Now, of course, I messed it up. Defoe, Lubie. Oh, my God. What happened to me? Oldies, SouthFlorida.com. Oldies, SouthFlorida.com is the new website where soon you'll be able to find the full archive of the shows, but you could also find it on YouTube. I tell you, I feel, Lubie,
Yes.
I feel like the Lunchbox is a lot like the universe and my waistline. We're expanding. We're constantly expanding. We're in more places, in more regions, because I guess the Oldies South Florida network is now reaching up into the Palm Beaches and West Palm Beach and Jupiter. And this is good news. And it means more people could hear our daily drivel about food, sports, and more. How are you today? Mike Lubitz filling in for the vacationing and jackpot cashing Jeff Defoe DeForest.
Well, first of all, I'm doing well. Now, when it comes to Defoe, he sends out these pictures, and when it's of a winner, I'm proud of him. But the thing is, if it's always a royal flush, couldn't it just be the same picture? Because he's won a royal flush like 3 times in the last year, and I wonder if it's the same one or like a new one.
I've done some forensic analysis of this because I've been wondering the same thing. And he sent one like 2 or 3 trips ago. I think one was last year in Vegas, and then his follow-up trip. And I busted him. I said, "This is the exact same image. You just recropped it a little bit." I said, "Defoe, you're talking to a fellow degenerate. You're only lying to yourself.
Exactly.
It's okay if you go and you blow the whole bankroll. You don't need to justify your trip by pretending that you had this big score." But yesterday's, it looked like he actually it was a fresh looking photo. It was a little bit different in terms of like he actually drew the straight flush right off the bat. That was he flopped it in words. He didn't have to turn in any cards and draw anything. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna believe him. Why not? It's his birthday. Maybe Hammer and Hank Goldberg was shining down on him from above and gave him a little score on his birthday. And well, congrats to Defoe. I'm hoping he's having a good time there up in Atlantic City. And I hope he doesn't give it all back. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with a degenerate, with a gambler is, and Defoe talks about this, quitting while ahead isn't the same as quitting. And I appreciate that sentiment. I don't know how often he follows it. That's the thing.
I think what I found is winning early is the worst thing in the world, because then you get this
it emboldens you.
false sense of confidence, and you have, I'm playing with house money.
Oh,
Next thing you know, you're going on a downslide, and then you're reaching into your pocket. Then you go into the ATM machine. Then you go into the credit card. No, I don't do that. It's just everybody's got to know their limits. I wish I had discipline, because I can't tell you how many times like you have that big score early in the day at the racetrack, or you go to a poker table and you just like crush it, and you hit your goal. I don't know about you, or I guess you don't gamble that much, but
not really.
I always go in with a number, and like if I sit down at a 1-2 no limit table and I just sit down with $100, I just say, if I get to 300, I'm getting up.
Nice.
But inevitably, I get to 280, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so close." Next thing you know, you get queens, and then somebody has an
Exactly.
ace reg, and they hit the ace, and then you get frustrated, and you go all in, and it's all gone. But yeah, so I guess I should make my new cutoff number like 250 instead of 300, because then I could just get up and go away. But in any event, here we are. It's a Wednesday. It's hot. It's sultry.
Yes.
And I wanted to get into, well, first of all, it is National Fried Chicken Day, and I am going to be going later on in the show. I'll give you a rundown of some of the best places for fried chicken
Yes.
around South Florida, because Jim Sarney, the official statistician and mascot of the Lunchbox and Lunchbox at Night, let me know that it was National Fried Chicken Day. I didn't realize this until it was too late, because I did make a spin through my local Publix this morning. I did a little shopping. And I did see some boxes of very luscious Publix fried chicken. You know what? I don't know if people knock it or not. I love Publix fried chicken. I think it's very, very solid. You know,
Well, you beat me to it. I was just going to be. I'm like, I don't know if I'm a simpleton or not, but Publix fried chicken's good. Like they
It's
do a
good.
good job with the fried chicken. Like I really enjoy it.
I mean, it's not healthy, but it's good. I love that
good.
crunchy batter, and you know they do a good job. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of variance from store to store. Some of them have maybe a little bit hotter fryers or the proper technique, and they got it right down just so that it comes out crunchy yet still juicy inside. That's the key to fried chicken. You don't want to overcook it, because nobody likes dry, stringy chicken, even if the exterior is nice and crunchy. So, but they've got it down pretty well at the Publix that's in my neighborhood. So I'm happy about that. But we'll talk more chicken. What I wanted to start with is, you know, I glanced at it yesterday, was congratulations to Joey Chestnut, the phenomenon, the human trash compactor. You could just shovel tons and tons
You're
of
like
food
jealous.
into his mouth. I am jealous
You
because,
failed.
oh, you want to hear a funny story? I did some shopping at my local wholesale club yesterday, at BJ's, and there's a guy, a clerk, who, you know, he's been a long time. He's been there a long time. The guy's named Albert, really nice guy. Hi, Albert. And he, you know, used to read me in the paper, and always we like talking food together. And I didn't realize, I guess he must be a member of the Let's Eat group, but I walk in yesterday. He says, "Mr. Mayo, just 5. You can."
Good for him. Yes, Albert, just 5. Yes, Albert, just 5.
Well, he
I
said
agree.
that he said he tuned out, and then he didn't realize. And I said, "Yeah, I had to quit." I said, "If I ate anymore, I just wouldn't have been the same human being, and my whole weekend and rest of my life would have been damaged." But he gave me that disapproving look of
You should have.
kind of pathetic, you know, because he sized me up. He sees that I'm an eater, and I've been eating a lot, and so. But yeah, it's good to see that there are viewers and
they find
listeners
us.
out there that are finding us in the various states of the internet and beyond. And yeah, but anyway, Joey Chestnut, he only ate 63. I put only
I know.
quote marks, because you know, I didn't realize it at the time, because I guess they didn't really show it on TV.
No.
That he got at one point a protester kind of rushed up onto the stage.
Yep.
And he put this hammerlock chokehold move and just yanked the guy to the
He
side.
kept going, dude.
Like he almost didn't break stride. You wonder if
Oh my
something
God.
like that disrupts him. Obviously, you know, he was well off his last year's record pace of 74. He finished at 63. So I don't think you could attribute it to the protester, but you know, a lot has been some things have been written about it. This guy came up in a Darth Vader mask, and he came up with this banner saying Smithfield Death Star, which, you know, is this oblique message that some people had tried to decode. Well, Smithfield is a huge
gun, isn't it?
Chinese. No, Smithfield is actually a meat processor. It's one of the
Okay.
largest. It's actually a pork producer. You know, Smithfield pork products are all over the place.
Okay.
And but they're owned by a Chinese. They're actually a Chinese owned company now, but they've kind of swallowed up, pardon the pun, a lot of the other meat distributors and producers and packagers around the country. But Smithfield Foods produces a lot of pork. And apparently this Smithfield Death Star, I guess these animal rights people don't like the way that Smithfield treats the pigs
Animals,
and the, you know, animal rights activists, and obviously the whole business of mass production of food, and especially livestock animals, pork, cows, not the prettiest sight. It is very efficient, though, because it gets a lot of people fed rather cheaply, even with inflation. When you think about how copious the food supplies and food chain is in this country and how lucky we have it. And that we got a reminder during the whole pandemic when there was some disruptions to the production and the food chain, and some things started disappearing from the shelves and people would freak out, even though there was 40 other varieties of hot dogs. If your favorite bacon or hot dog wasn't there, people say, oh my god, what's happening? We've gotten so spoiled. But anyway, this Darth Vader character, and I was reading some coverage, and they were saying, "Oh, Smithfield provides some of the pork used in Nathan's hot dogs," and I just slapped my head and I said, "What?" Because that's a fallacy, and nobody does any fact checking anymore. Because Nathan's is an all beef Frankfurter. Yeah, they're famed to claim when they first started, it was the handworker family, or it was German immigrants, and I don't know if they were Jewish or not, but obviously a lot of the crowd that they serviced in the Coney Island area were Jewish immigrants, kept kosher, did not eat pork products. So Nathan's has always been an all beef Frankfurter. The ones that I pick up in my local supermarket are all beef, and I don't know if they make a pork Frankfurter. I don't think they do. I mean, Smithfield controls other companies that do make pork products and pork hot dogs, but Nathan's is not one of them. So I think this was the wrong venue for a protest. And actually, if you look at your package of Nathan's hot dogs, like I do because I'm a sick foodie, you'll see that it's produced and packaged under licensing of the Nathan's company, which is out of New York, but by John Morrell Company in Cincinnati. Now, John Morrell Company is owned by Smithfield. So, it's part of the Smithfield family. But again, as far as I know, the Nathan's isn't, does not contain pork products. And so this Darth Vader character who rushed the stage and got, hammerlocked and wrestled to the ground. Actually, one of the major promoters behind the event, I think his name is George West, he also got the guy down, kept him pinned to the ground until the cops came and arrested him. But, if he was, if this guy wanted to protest the mistreatment of pork, I think he would have been had better aim if he came to Dr. Tranicus's house on Sunday where whole roasted pig, because that pig, there was definitely one animal that was harmed in the production of that feast. And that poor piggy, it came from a farm in Hialeah. He gave his 37 pounds and 7 ounces to a good cause, which was my belly and the belly of everybody there. And man, that was a life-changing experience for me, because I've been to places that have had fresh pulled pork, and I've gone to restaurants that have featured the whatever you call them, the chitlins or the cracklins, or, what do they call it? Chicharrones in Latin, chicharrones. But I'd never seen this kind of display where it comes right out of, in that.
Yeah, the roast, the pork roast.
Like was beneath this bed of charcoals roasting. And then they lifted up the charcoals and they lifted up the pig, and it came out this perfect golden brown. And Dr. Tranicus is a surgeon. So there is nobody you want more to slice up an animal, carve it up, than a surgeon, because he, with surgical precision, the way he carved up the outside of the skin, and you get that little layer of fat, and then some of the meat right off the grill. It was a gelatinous, absolutely delicious. And of course, he marinated the pig, for 24 hours, so it had that juicy flavor. You didn't even need to put a dash of anything, barbecue sauce on it. You just ate that right off the pill, and I was in heaven. And he had the full spread with the the salads and corn, and he had feta cheese and tomatoes, and I just brushed that aside. I just stood next to the pig with a plate, and he just kept ladling. I was like, all I want is pig. It's literally the literal term, pig out. I was pigging out until, and then we were drinking some good booze and wine, Greek wine, and then next thing you know, I got my bathing trunks on. I wore them, and I just jumped into his pool, and that was a perfect 4th of July. Aside from some of the upsetting news of the day, like Hank Goldberg and mass shootings, but no, that was just fantastic. And again, Smithfield Death Star protester, you got it all wrong. So you should be. I don't know where do they put people in the Star Wars trilogy that do bad deeds? So they just blow them up.
Yeah, exactly. In the Death Star, I have no idea. It's interesting. Like that's what I when you were saying that, I'm like, aren't they all beef? And I get it. A lot of the times they'll tell us it's all something, and then it's not really. But Nathan's, that's a big deal for them, is that they're all beef. So like, I don't think there's any pork in them at all. Like that's the whole thing is that they're all beef.
Right. I mean, Hebrew
Where do you get that from?
National. Hebrew National is a kosher
Yeah.
hot dog. It's all
Yep.
beef, and so is Nathan's, an all beef.
Yeah, that
hot
has the
dog.
K or the R or
Yeah.
whatever on it. Like they make
Yeah.
they want you to know if you're kosher, you can eat this. Like that's a whole
Right. Yeah. So again, Mr. Darth Vader there, he should go to the bacon eating contest or one of these big
thing.
barbecue
Exactly.
contests. And
Go to Hialeah when they're doing La Cachina with their
yeah,
pork
any
roast. I mean,
Christmas Eve, Noche Buena.
like if you really want to do
It's,
it.
but anyway,
Anywho.
you know what? Let's do an early break. We'll talk a little
Ready.
bit more about fried chicken, but first we're going to talk about Lauder Deals and our friends at
Yes.
Visit Lauderdale and getting pumped up for
I'm
tomorrow's
stoked, man.
visit
I'm stoked.
because tomorrow is in celebration of National Hot Dog Month. All month long, there is a hot dog day later in the month, and it's National Ice Cream Month for summertime.
Nice.
Even though there is an actual ice cream day on July 17th, I see, but why not celebrate the whole month? And of course, we had a little ice cream last month up in Wilton Manors at Wilton Creamery, and I'm one of those people, I can't get enough ice cream in the summertime. When it's 90 degrees. You could just give me a nice shake for lunch, a thick shake with a little whipped cream on top, and I call that lunch. But we're going to Jackson's Ice Cream Parlor in Dania Beach. It's a internationally renowned place, and we're going to sit down with the owner there, with Nikki Mohan and Linda Zackheim, who is second generation owner, the daughter of Monroe Udell, who founded Jackson's back in the 50s, and it's still going strong. The line's out the door, up the block, around the corner on the weekends, but that's going to be fun. But in the meantime, if you want to find some great values out there for summertime, Lauder Deals is the place to go. And all you have to do is go to the web, visit lauderdale.com/deals to find all the ways that you can save and enjoy the good life for less this summer in Greater Fort Lauderdale. You'll find great deals on dining, hotels, attractions, spas, and more all summer long. So start planning your summer getaway or staycation online. Find great hotel deals on everything from luxury beach resorts to family-friendly suites. Indulge in food and drink specials at local restaurants and bars. Shop Lauder Deals for exciting attractions like Flamingo Gardens and Butterfly World. They have those kids passes. And if you're a Florida resident, a first responder, or in the military, you'll find even more deals just for you. From miles of golden beaches to pampering at celebrated hotels and resorts, the good life awaits in Greater Fort Lauderdale. So shop Lauder Deals now at visitlauderdale.com/deals and plan your best summer vacation ever.
This is Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. You can check us out each and every day live on South Florida Live, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Google, South Florida Live, Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Also, check us out in the evenings at 8 p.m., 1470 a.m., 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, or WWNNTalkRadio.com. I'm following your lead. More of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox right here on South Florida Live and 1470 WWNN.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of 95 in Dania and Fort Lauderdale. They've been there a long time, over 70 years, the Studiali family. They know how to take care of you. They have steaks, seafood, and so much more. It's old school hospitality and a relaxed, nice setting. They have the bar. They have Monday, Tuesday half-price wine night. They have all kinds of great specials, and they also have a butcher shop now that you could buy your meats anytime, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Throw it on the grill at home. They're great cuts of meat like the filet mignon, 10-ounce barrel cut, all kinds of goodies there. And, of course, the dining room, it can't be beat. They have the early bird special every day at 4:30 to 5:30. They're open daily except Sunday until 10 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and tell them Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like pizza? I mean, who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. A little bit hard to find in that Riverside Park neighborhood, but totally easy to love. They've got Connecticut New Haven style of pizza in a wood-fired brick oven. It's run by a team of Wade and Reese. They opened about a year ago. It's a great place. Great pizzas, subs like chicken parms, meatball appetizers, salads, very relaxed setting, casual, outdoors, all outdoors, picnic tables. You won't even feel like you're in Fort Lauderdale. Go there. They have pickup, takeout. Call 754-779-7788. That's 754-779-7788. Pizza Spot, they're open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them that Mike Mayo and Defo sent you.
And we're back on a Wednesday edition of the Lunchbox. I'm all confused on my days this week because of the holiday, but that's okay. I'm with Mike Lubie Lubitz, who's
Howdy.
always here and absent today this week with an excused
Birthday
hall
boy.
pass. His birthday boy, Jeff D. of the Forest. He's now officially 71. He's had his run for 71, and he's hit the over. So
yes.
congratulations to Defo in Atlantic City. I'm sure he's eating well. I'm sure he's going to the same 3 spots that he always goes to, the Italian restaurant that's in that little old house, which I'm sure is good.
There's a sub shop. There's
some sub shop, and then probably some sad hot dog stand when he's just like gambling all night and it's midnight and there's nothing else but a stale hot dog bun. Hey, looks like we've got a looming possible upset at Wimbledon there. I don't know if you're following it there, Lubie,
this
but it
Fritz?
looks like, Fritz from an American 11th seed is right now up 2-1 over one Rafael Nadal.
Ooh.
And
okay.
Nadal lost the first set, won the second set 7-5, but lost the third set 3. So he's going to need to go 5 sets in order to, I guess, make it to the finals. Everybody was anticipating, I guess, a Nadal-Djokovic final. Well, that was a possibility, but quarterfinals now. Not looking so good for Mr. Nadal. This is not clay. This is the short grass of Wimbledon center court. So I don't know. What do you think, Lubie? Well, by tonight, when people listening to this on WWN will know, but we don't know now. We're in that interesting netherworld. Do you think the great Nadal will be able to rally and win the final 2 sets? We will find out soon.
I mean, I'll say Fritz. It's what's so funny is the French is the toughest one, right? The French is the one that Sampras struggled. I don't think everyone and
yeah, it's
I think
clay. It's a completely different surface.
A different surface, and that's where the great ones all throughout history, even if they got one, still struggled. Nadal, because being the Spaniard, I guess that's what they played on. That is his home turf.
Yep.
But you would think, like, if he's good on the tough surface, he'd be great on the other surfaces, and it's not the case. He still wins. Don't get me wrong, but his 14 of his 22 are on the one surface. So it tells you how much he struggles at the other surfaces. So look, we'll go for the American. I mean, if he's up 2-1, Nadal is getting older. I mean, hey, let's go Fritzy. Let's get it going.
Yeah, and in the other quarterfinal going on now, Nick Kyrgios. How do you pronounce that?
It's Kyrgios.
Bad boy.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's up 2 sets to well, they're in the third set, but he's took the first 2 sets against a man named Garin. So anyway, we'll see what happens with him.
If it's tennis.
Yeah, I know. I know tennis as much as I know. I don't know.
So I want to get Defo on one of these days because I feel bad. Wimbledon is getting near the end, and he's Mr. Tennis, and he misses the friggin' last week.
Yeah, no, and Sarni was telling me that there was a good angle that this Cameron Norrie, who just won, I guess, won yesterday's quarters and is already through to the semifinals, won the Delray Beach Open this year and actually played on the night that me and Defo were up there for the big Meatballs and Tennis Balls event with the Red Meat Lovers Club and Dick Steen from Best of Delray app. But yeah, I didn't even pay attention. I was so busy downing meatballs that night. I didn't pay attention to the tennis. Defo actually, because he's a fan, went out with Mustang and watched a couple of sets, and apparently this Cameron Norrie won Delray Beach Open this year. So I guess for the local angle, you'd like to see him go on and maybe win the whole thing at center court of the All England Lawn and Grass and Tennis Club, or whatever they call it, the Strawberries and Cream Festival. Where's the Queen? She's not going to show up. I don't know, but oh man. So all right, that's our Wimbledon update in the middle of the day. Meanwhile, it's time, before we get to the chicken, Lubie, it is time for the let's see, the eating portion of our day. What do we have today? Well, it's mangoes.
You're persistent. Oh, mangoes are great though.
Well, this is
a donut.
okay.
Is that a mango donut?
Okay, so I
Oh,
was
I didn't know
I
that.
took my daughter to breakfast before she had to go to work today. We went to
Yeah, yeah.
our local, the Bake Shack in Dania Beach, which is a great little breakfast lunch nook run by my friend Keith Fryman, who is a really accomplished pastry chef, used to work at some high-end places. Anyway, he is now living the life of just wanting to work less hours. So he only gets up at like 3 in the morning to bake the donuts and then is there till noon. The place is only open till 3. But anyway, he has lots of mango trees, or he has a mango tree that's been producing a lot of mangoes in his home at his home, and he brings them in, and he this year's mango crop. I don't know. Are you a mango fan, Lubie? Do you?
I know I love mango. Between my ex, who was Caribbean, and now Shirley, like her dad is like the mango hound. And like I used to buy where I used to live, have a couple trees that I could scout and play them the right way. It's stealing, but like if it fell, is that stealing? So but this year it's been like hit or miss this year. Like it's been
Really?
weird.
Because what the mangoes that I've had and the reports I've gotten from both Keith and another friend of mine, Mike Stocker, who's a photographer at the Sun Sentinel, this is weird. Mike Stocker was the friend who delivered a bunch of mangoes in the middle of our show last week at the Catherine to Team and
Oh
Baloo.
yeah. Did he give
Remember
you
he
any mangoes?
mentioned, "Oh yeah, a friend just dropped
Yeah, yeah,
off
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
mangoes." That friend, I didn't even notice. Mike Stocker came in the middle of the show. He actually waved to me, and he thought I
Oh
saw
my
him.
god.
I did not because of the
No.
lighting and everything. But Mike also has a tree in his yard in Hollywood, and both of them are saying that this year's crop have been especially good, like really sweet,
Okay.
and not that sometimes the texture comes out a little stringy. These
Yeah,
are
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
beautiful, just fruit, fleshy, sweet. And Keith this morning when I was eating breakfast at Bake Shack, brought out a plate of just cut up fresh mango that
Oh
he had
my
brought in. He
god. Are you
also
kidding
gave
me?
my daughter 2 mangoes to bring to
What?
Michelle because I don't like. I'm not a mango fan. My mother is not either. So
Something
anytime
about Jews, I don't know what it is, but like my it's the truth. I'm not My dad and my mother grew up in Miami. Mangoes are everywhere, and they both have bad connotations, bad connections to mangoes, and I don't get it. It's the sweetest fruit. It is delicious. It is my favorite fruit by like a million.
Okay, no, there's some I don't know, some people have a reaction to
My
mangoes. I gotta
mom did too.
research this.
Yep, my
Like,
mom did
there's
growing up.
some chemical or something in
Yep,
where there's an allergy or it just
yep,
triggers some people and they can't put it down or just or I
yep.
mean, it just they just don't like it, they can't digest it, and, it's a turn off for them. I thought I was that way. I'm a food critic, I'll eat everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't love mangoes, but when he put them down in front of us today and I ate them and it was delicious, and then he
Mm.
said what he does is he uses his fresh mangoes and he whips them up with like creme brulee. So he
Oh
makes
my god, are you kidding
he,
me?
he makes what's called a mango creme brulee donut, and then he
Are you
torches the
kidding me?
top, and
Oh
uh,
my god.
and they are fantastic, light and fluffy. And if you get them fresh, when he freshly torches
Oh
the top, you
my
get that
god,
little
are you
crunch.
kidding me?
But here I am. I'm gonna go
I
in
hate
for the
you.
kill
That's like my
on the.
favorite thing, mango. Oh my god. And what I meant was, okay, so by the crop is the mangoes I've had have been great. It's just last
Mm,
year the mangoes were everywhere. And it
mm,
was the whole time. I'm trying to ignore you because I'm really pissed. I love mangoes. So from like May all the way to like late July, there were mangoes and it was abundant. This year, by when my parents live in Sunrise, I see mangoes everywhere. My father-in-law in Coral Springs, he has a bunch of trees and he knows the people and he scouts them and they don't care, so they let him have the mangoes. And they have their own mango tree that has beautiful mangoes, and none of them blossomed. Like none of them had mangoes at all this year in Coral Springs. So that's why it's been like a hit or miss year. Interesting that the ones that they're getting have been really good. And I've never even thought of a mango donut. I can't even. It's boggling my mind. I'm sort of frustrated that he didn't give you two. So you can make more.
Mango creme brulee. And you know what I'm gonna
You
do for
make
you,
this.
Luby?
I want
Because
that
we're
so bad.
because we're going to Jackson's tomorrow, which is right up the
Yeah.
block. I will stop in at Bake Shack and I
What?
will get a couple of mango creme brulee donuts for
Yes.
you and Nikki. Maybe I'll get a half dozen and just
Yeah, I'm bring
because
my
they
little
are
wife.
something wondrous. The way he whips up the mangoes with the cream
Oh my
filling, and it's a wonderful thing. And I just downed it, and there goes my blood
God.
pressure.
You
So
like inhaled it.
it's good. He's a good pastry chef, so his donut, the
Yeah,
product
feels
is
like it.
good. Some places have donuts that are like these monstrous creations and have all
Yeah,
this sugary confection. He's a guy that is a little bit more refined. His batters are all kind of really nice, and the perfect mix, not too doughy, not too heavy, and
nice.
just also not too sweet. He's one of those guys that's like he's a big believer, and you don't want to make anything too sweet. All right, it's National Fried Chicken Day, and
Okay.
I think it is time to talk turkey. No, it's time to talk chicken. Um,
Okay.
so, what about you? I mean, you mentioned Publix. I mean,
I
do
like
you go
Publix.
out to eat? Do you go for fried chicken, or when you're at a restaurant, do you ever see it and say, "Oh yeah, I want fried chicken tonight"?
It's annoying because Shirley is sort of a pain in my butt, and we've talked about that a lot. She's really wide open when it comes to eating, which makes my life easier. But she's not a big fan of eating with her hands. She's really, literally, the other day she tried to eat wings with a fork and a knife, and it makes me disgusted. So she's not a big fried chicken fan because it's not only with your hands, but it's also oily, right? So
It's a messy food. It's a food you got to get down and dirty with, and I think it's a sexy
exactly,
food. I think any
I
food
love it.
where you get grease splatter and a little bit of thing dribbling down your chin, for me, that's what passes for sensual these days.
It's not strawberries and cream. It's oily fried chicken and pizza. From the Mayo household. Now, see, my thing is, so that's the thing. And to me, fried chicken usually is a share kind of a thing, right? Like they give you a big plate, you share, you have a little here and
Yeah,
there.
family style is great.
So
Yeah.
if she's not eating fried chicken, I don't get it a lot. But I love fried chicken. Literally, it's so funny. We were at, I forgot where we were, and they're close to like the only churches that's in the only that's in this area. Like churches is usually randomly in urban areas for some reason. I don't know why, but it's hard to find a churches. And I love churches. It's my favorite fast food fried chicken.
Wow.
So whenever I'm in Sunrise on Sunrise Boulevard, all the way out by the swap shop, I have to stop there. Like I was there for 45 minutes the other day after we had one of our Visit Lauderdale Thursdays because it's there. So like I love churches. What's interesting is the other fast food brands are sort of hit or miss to me. Like that's what I wanted to
You
ask
don't
you
like
about.
Popeyes, which has
Popeyes, I don't
gotten
know what to do with
huge.
Popeyes, yeah.
It used to be like a local New Orleans brand, and then it got taken over by the same company that runs Burger King. And
Oh, that makes sense.
I forget the name. It's something Restaurants International. There's some big conglomerate, but Burger King is the same people that run Popeyes now. Now, I still happen to like a lot of Popeyes. I like their recipes. I like the dirty rice. But I think it's a little bit different. I love Bojangles. I don't really see
We don't
Bojangles
have
too
it.
much anymore.
No.
But that's a good chain. And churches, it's funny you mentioned churches. There was one around the corner from me that was a long time there in Dania Beach, and I never liked it there. I just thought it came out way too greasy.
Yeah.
And it eventually went under, or I don't know, it changed hands, and now it's a Quickies Burgers joint, which has wings and some other stuff. But churches went out near me, but a Popeyes came in, which is good because I do like their fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
That you don't have to wait an hour and a half for it, and that whole mania has died down. But chicken sandwiches are not the same as fried chicken. Fried chicken you pick
No.
up on the bone, you get all that flavor. I love the
Yes.
thighs, I love the drumsticks, just
Yep.
gnawing on all that good stuff around the bones, and you get all that, of course, the great batter. That's what makes the fried chicken. So I guess we'll talk
Well, the
about
one
a
you
couple.
didn't mention is KFC though. What?
You know what? It's like it's become forgotten to me. I haven't
Yeah.
been at a KFC in a million years because I just
Yep.
thought it was like it trended far, far down. I used to like eventually, like back in the day, 20, 30
Yep.
years ago,
Yep.
get a
Yep.
bucket of extra crispy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just became, I don't know what happened. And I also had one of those in my neighborhood and it went out of business. I hear their fried chicken sandwich is very good.
I
So
haven't had that yet. Yeah.
we'll see. Hey, let me give you two spots for
Yes.
fried chicken that are fried chicken spots, and I'm going to give you two weird ones that are not fried chicken spots. They're actually seafood spots that have great fried chicken. But
Okay.
we'll start with in Pompano Beach, a place called Maryland Fried Chicken. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or if you've
No.
ever been there. It's been
No.
there a long time, and it's really good. And it's just like an old school chicken shack storefront, like a fast food joint.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. And they have good, proper fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
All the different
Do
pieces.
they have the
sell
whole
combo
thing?
boxes.
Do they also do the like down home southern collard greens, mac and cheese, black eyed peas? all
I'm
that
not
kind
sure
of
their
thing?
sides. You know what? I
Okay.
haven't been there. I got to be honest, in over 10, 15 years, but I just remember they have really good, fried chicken by the piece, and they sell combo dinners. I assume they have, either the biscuits or things like that. I'll look at the
Okay.
menu
Okay.
on the next break. The other spot is called Fran's Chicken
Mm.
Haven,
I
not
feel like I've
Heaven.
heard of them.
Fran's Chicken Haven is on Federal Highway in Boca Raton.
Okay.
I've heard that it's trended down. It might have been an ownership change. I don't know. I mean, the last time I was in there was probably pre-COVID, when I was food critic, probably like 2018, so 4 years ago. But again, just a little storefront. And they've started selling chicken sandwiches now and branching out because that's what people want. But they're straight up fried chicken, also by the piece. You could just get a couple of thighs and a breast or whatever, however you want to
Nice.
do it. They also sell the family pack combo packs. But France Chicken Haven, definitely, in my mind, still recommended. Although I see things on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, 82,000 people. You're going to have sometimes 82,000 different
Yeah,
opinions.
exactly.
But in any event, those are the two spots that are like little chicken spots that are nothing fancy. You're not going to go in there and have a grand meal, but you can go get some good fried chicken on Fried Chicken Day. Hey, you know what? Let's do the next break, and then I'll come back with more fried chicken spots.
Let's go.
So let's talk about our friends at Costa's Greek Eatery and
Nice.
Pizzeria.
Can't wait for Costa's.
I don't know if they have. I know they have great seasoned chicken, like they use for their souvlaki, a marinated Greek chicken. It's not fried chicken, and they have a whole bunch of other great things at Costas. And we're going to be out there next week, Tuesday, for a monthly visit. 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach, just west of Federal Highway, probably about a mile north of Sample Road. You go online to Costas Greek Eatery Pizzeria.com. That's a mouthful, but it's a tasty mouthful. Costas Greek Eatery Pizzeria.com. And you can check out all their offerings along with being able to order for delivery or takeout. And you go there. The best thing to do is go in there and get yourself some fresh food. They have, besides all the Greek specialties like the souvlaki and the spinach pie and the moussaka and the pastizio, the Greek lasagna, they also are known for their crisp, thin New York Greek-style pizza. What's a New York Greek-style pizza? Well, you go in there and you find out.
Yes.
I mean, it's like a traditional, really good, crispy pizza that has a little bit of the oil on top, gives it extra flavor. The pepperoni, they use the cup pepperoni. They have, all kinds of varieties, including things like spinach and gorgonzola. You go in there, Costas will take good care of you. He'll smash a plate, say Opa. At Costas, they treat everyone like family. Go there, bring your appetite, your friends, your family, and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
This is Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, live each and every day on South Florida Live on YouTube and Facebook. Also at South Florida Live on Facebook as well. And each and every evening, check us out at 8 p.m. on 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and also all of the archived things we got going on. Thanks to Ryan at home base. WWNNTalkRadio.com. More of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox coming up right after this on South Florida Live and 1470 WWNN.
When people come to me and say, Mike, where's a great place for dinner? I got friends visiting from out of town. Where am I going to take them? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It is a Fort Lauderdale perennial. They serve the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly setting. Service there is impeccable. Joey Esposito and his better half, Sally, they've been running the place for more than 2 decades. It's been there since the 1980s. It has some great food. They just recently expanded. They have a great bar. You could sit there if you're by yourself. You go in there with a date or your better half, and you can have a nice, cozy table for 2. You can go in with a big group and have a great festive time. They have great sangria. They have paella. They have shrimp with garlic sauce. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. It's open Monday through Saturday at 5 p.m. for dinner. They are closed on Sundays, but please go to Cafe Seville. You won't be disappointed. Tell them Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like wings? Do you like burgers? Do you like ribs? Do you like late night food? All this and more at Shenanigans. There's 2 locations. East side is at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. And then there's the original in Hollywood, right across from TY Park on Sheridan Street. Pat Utter and his crew, they've been doing it a long time, almost 30 years, and they do a great job. It's a neighborhood place with a casual feel, really good food, good value. They have drink specials every day, beer, coldest on draft. Anytime that you want, the late night food, the kitchen is going until past midnight, both locations. They have outdoor dining if you need it too. Shenanigans is my place to go. You could also call up for pickup right through a drive-through window on the east side. That's at 954-923-0999. 3008 954 923 3008 for your takeout pickup. Go to Shenanigans and tell them Mayo and Defo sent you.
And we're back here on the Lunchbox, a Wednesday fried chicken edition of the Lunchbox. It's the dog days of summer are here. It is hot outside. I don't know if fried chicken is the perfect hot summertime food. Tomorrow, ice cream, it'll be a little bit better. Hot dogs and ice cream. I know everybody's coming off the 4th of July and probably maybe had their fill of hot dogs and hamburgers, but Jackson's, what a lot of people don't realize is they do have a full menu there, and they have some good food. They have a really good Chicago dog, foot-long hot dog, besides all the ice cream treats. So that's why we're going to be out there and doing a twofer, a daily double of celebrations for the monthly, the Ministry of Silly Food Holidays. And again, that's why we're talking chicken today, because I mocked them when I was a serious food newspaper critic. And now I love all these food holidays because it gives us a chance to talk about some of the foods we love and the best places to find them in South Florida. Jim Sarney is chiming in and saying Hattie's in Saratoga Springs is known for their chicken, but we're not in Saratoga Springs. I wish I was. The racing begins there. I think the first day of racing is a week from tomorrow. Oh, the 14th, I think, is opening day at Saratoga. I am hoping to get away for a weekend at some point this summer.
Nice.
I love the races at Saratoga, and they do sell that chicken on track. Last year when I was there and I made my first visit in a long time, I was able to enjoy a Bloody Mary and a two-piece combo from Hattie's, and I cashed a winning ticket, and I was just a very, very happy, degenerate fat person. So anyway,
so I don't want to steal your thunder because I know you mentioned fried chicken and seafood places. So the place I'm going to ask you about may be one of those places you're talking about. But
before we go there, because I did do the research during the break, Maryland Fried Chicken, which is on a kind of side street, Northeast 39th Street in Pompano, just Google it. But besides having all the wings and the different combos, they have, in the terms of the side dishes, they have mashed potatoes, coleslaw, macaroni salad, baked beans, the usual suspects. They also have jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, and for those who are hardcore, gizzards. They have chicken gizzards and chicken livers. They sell chicken livers and chicken gizzards fried up. I know that's a delicacy. I love both of them. And they also have fried clam strips. So, because I guess that's a Maryland thing. They have some fried shrimp. So that's Maryland Fried Chicken. That reminds me, I got to get in there because it's been too long and it's been there a long time. And, you know, any place that's been around a long time like that is doing something right. So, yeah. So, anyway, what were you going to say before I interrupted you about seafood joints?
Well, no, it was in the same vein, but you were going to tell two places that you don't expect to get good fried chicken, but you can. So I should let you go first, but my one foray to Joe Stone crabs, we talked about it, was when I went. Yeah, so I'm stealing your thunder. Was when I prefaced it at least.
Collaboration. This is perfect. You actually, you know, the secret. They have the fried chicken. That's really good.
Okay, and that's okay. So here's the deal. I like lobster. I do. Don't get me wrong, but I don't love it. So, and I like stone crabs, but I don't love it. So to go there, it was like I went with my wife and with my uncle, and they love the seafood. And it's not like I'm against it, but what the prices are to me, to go and get it there for what the price. And I've had it. We were lucky at the station where enough people had sponsorships where every year they would bring like a vat of stone crabs. So I've had it before. It's not like I've never had it. So to me, I was thinking about what else to get there. And I had heard about their fried chicken, and they have fried chicken on the menu. And it's like the cheapest thing they have too. So it's like, I was like, dang. Do I get the fried chicken? But everyone was looking at me like I was a jerk. So I obviously got some lobster dish and ate some other crabs. But because you're doing this and you've tasted almost everything everywhere, I wanted to ask you, there's a reason they have the fried chicken there. There's a reason.
The reason is for people who don't eat seafood or are allergic to shellfish, number one. And number two, it's kind of their, like you mentioned, it's so much cheaper than everything else there. They call it their loss leader, like for people to come in the door. like to experience it the first time, maybe if they don't have the means, come in, have the fried chicken, have a piece of key lime pie, get the Joe's experience, even if you can't afford the stone crabs.
That's
And I
cool.
think it's a wonderful thing. At one
Yeah.
point in time, it was like $4.95, $5.95. I think
Eight. It's still
lately
eight. It's still
it's like
eight.
$8.95 or something like that. It's under $10. It's single digits, which is just wonderful. But the the Savitz family that runs it now, fourth generation ownership, they purposely do that, and they say what people the proper way to go and experience a Joe's meal: order family style, get a couple of plates of
See,
fried
that's what I
chicken as an
wanted to do.
appetizer, along with a salad or the chowder or a coleslaw or something like that, and then you go into your main event of the seafood. So that, and you find that at some of these seafood joints where you can start with chicken and then get into some of the you know if you have a hot piece of crispy fried chicken and then you go into a cool stone dip into the mustard sauce, that's a pretty good
Right.
combination. Pretty good. And so in that similar vein, besides Joe's stone crab, the other seafood place that I was talking about is up in Boca Raton, and it's called
Okay.
Loch Bar,
Okay.
LOCH, like Loch Ness monster. It's run by a group out of Maryland, Baltimore, and Baltimore is known for crab cakes and crabs. They have a great oyster bar at Loch Bar. It's in Meisner Park, and it's kind of tucked off to the side, right near that Max's Grill. But it's been there, I don't know, probably about 5 years now. But they have this Maryland fried chicken, also a platter that they do with hand cut French fries and coleslaw, and it's like
Ooh.
$27. It's a little pricey, okay? It's a little pricier than Joe's, but it is, I think, the best fried chicken I've had in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, because and I don't know if the technique and what makes this Maryland fried chicken unique, they fry it in what's called a henny penny fryer.
Okay.
A henny penny fryer is basically like a pressure cooker where you have the basket goes into the oil, but then you seal it up and you kind of tighten up the lid with the wheel, and then you set the timer for a certain amount. They have their recipes, and like when the timer's up, you unhinge it, you take it out, and you basically let it drain in a little bit and get sponge and blot off a little bit of the grease. It is the crispiest and yet still most tender inside. It's the perfect
Wow.
piece of fried chicken. I highly recommend for a splurge going out for a night at Loch Bar in Meisner in Boca. And you go there, you get the fried chicken, you get some crab cakes, and again, you are one happy eater.
Nice.
So
That's a
that
win.
is my fried chicken roundup. Fried chicken.
Nice.
And of course, if you get sick of all the chicken, you can head right over to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and
There
our
you
friends,
go.
the Studiales, because that you will find all kinds of good red meats. The filet mignon, the prime rib, roasted deli, the rack of lamb, any kind of steak that you want. They also have seafood, and going on all summer long, one of my favorite things is the twin lobster special from the Maine or Nova Scotia lobsters from the Northeast. You get two of them for $35, including
Nice.
a salad and a side dish. That is an incredible value, but that's what you find at Tropical Acres, which is located at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of the 95 and the Fort Lauderdale Airport. Go to tropicalacres.com to check out the latest specials. You could go into the butcher shop in the daytime from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday to pick up stuff to throw on the grill at home. They also sell their key lime pies and some of their side dishes like their cream spinach to take home. Summertime, good time for picnics and cookouts. So check out the butcher shop. Better yet, get in there for a full meal at dinner time. It opens at 4:30 with the early bird special for the first hour. That includes extra goodies along with happy hour in the bar. They have some great light bites along with half price drinks for the first 2 hours until 6:30. Go to Tropical Acres, again, open every day but Sunday. The Studiale family will treat you right. Tell them Mayo, Defo, and Lubie and the Lunchbox sent you.
Coming up, we sign off on this edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox right here live each and every day at noon to 1 South Florida Live. But you can check us out each and every evening on the Lunchbox Late Night, Lunchbox at Night edition at 8 p.m., 1470 a.m., 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and WWNNTalkRadio.com. Coming up next, we wrap up today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on South Florida Live and 1470 WWNN.
You like really good seafood, but maybe not in a fancy place? Even Keel Fish Shack. That's the place for you. I know it's the place for me, too. It's at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. It is a place for elevated food in a casual beachfront setting. They have good drinks. They got a great vibe. Chef owners, Brad and Dave, they come from a fine dining background. They had the original Even Keel fish in Fort Lauderdale, but they moved over to this place in the last year. It is perfect. They're open every day for lunch and dinner. They also have brunch Friday through Sunday at noon. They have drink specials every day. They have happy hour 4 to 7 Monday through Friday. Some of the greatest deals around. You get the grilled oysters, 4 of them for $5. You can't beat that. All their food, the grilled octopus, the bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls. They have fish specials. They also have burgers and hot chicken sandwiches for the landlubbers out there. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack. Tell them Mayo and Defoe sent you.
If you're looking for an honest place with great food and tremendous value, Costas Greek Eatery and Pizzeria is the place for you. It's in Pompano Beach at 1940 Northeast 49th Street. It's just west of Federal Highway, just north of Sample Road, and it has not become my spot for Greek specialties like gyros, souvlaki, spinach pies, and pastitsio, that's the Greek lasagna, and also thin, crisp New York-style Greek pizza. You got to go try some of their specialty pies like the gorgonzola and spinach. Oh, it's worth a special trip. Costa is a great guy. He has Queens, New York roots, but he's been in business in Broward for a long time. He's a great guy. He'll throw a plate, say Opa, and greet and treat you like long-lost relative. Costa's is open every day for lunch and dinner. They're on all the major delivery apps. You can also dine in or take out. Go to Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizza, where everyone is family. Hey, it's Mike Mayo for my friends at Visit Lauderdale. This summer, enjoy the good life for less in Greater Fort Lauderdale with Lauder Deals. Great deals on dining, hotels, attractions, spas, and more, all summer long. Start planning your summer getaway online at visitlauderdale.com/deals and see all the ways you can save. From miles of golden beaches to food and drink specials to pampering at celebrated resorts, your dream summer vacation awaits. Shop Lauder Deals now at visitlauderdale.com/deals. And we're back on a Wednesday edition of the Lunchbox and Lunchbox at Night. Mike Lubie Lubitz, Mike Mayo. I don't know what my middle name is, but Mike Mayo. Just call me Mayo. Don't call me late for dinner. We're running out of time today. We had a good time talking some fried chicken. Quick question for you, Lubie. Chicken and waffles has become this big thing, especially at brunch. I mean, do you like chicken and waffles? No, it started in L.A. Or I don't know if it started, but it became famous.
Roscoe's.
Yeah. I don't know, but I've had a dish. It's become very popular. There's a place called Batch. There's a bunch of them
Batch.
in
I was going to ask you about Batch. I like Batch.
Batch has all kinds of chicken dishes. I don't know if they have pure fried chicken, but they're famous. They're also been getting good buzz for their chicken waffles. I have not been in there yet, so that's coming up soon.
Good.
Got to check it out for the Best of Del Rey app. But I did have some really good. It's a variation on chicken and waffles. It's chicken and pancakes. A place called Crazy Uncle Mike's up in Boca. They have a lot of live music. A place that Defoe probably has been to and he would enjoy. But they have some lunch items. But they do like the fried chicken, the boneless fried chicken with like the gochujang, that Korean spicy kind of glaze, and they serve it with sweet potato pancakes. Which is a little bit of a different version of the spin. I kind of like it because you get the crunch of the chicken breast with the soft, fluffy pancake, and the pancake has a little bit of a sweeter edge because it has the sweet potato batter. That to me is the big winner, and I think I like it a lot more than the chicken and waffles. So, all right, that's going to do it for National Fried Chicken Day. I didn't get into the whole new changes to the horse racing world. That we'll discuss that tomorrow, or maybe when Defoe is back. A whole bunch of new rules have gone into effect nationwide. There's finally uniform rules and regulations for horse racing, which a lot of people have been pushing for. But we'll talk about that at a later date when our degenerate partner Defoe is back in the saddle. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoy yourself no matter what you do or eat today. From Mike Lubie Lubitz, it's Mike Mayo saying, remember to enjoy every piece of fried chicken and enjoy every sandwich.